It was about 2016 I started having money problems. At the time, I was working full-time in a nursing home in Arbroath. Then I got new managers at the nursing home and they put my hours down. That's when I was really struggling. I was behind on my rent and council tax and everything was just mounting up. The thing with me is that I have dyslexia. I kept getting stuff telling me about my debt, but I just couldn't work it out. And I didn't want to tell anybody, so things just got worse and worse. I don't like asking people to help me because I feel embarrassed. But a few months down the line, I asked one of my friends from the church to phone the working tax credit place. He phoned up for me and they said I was entitled to working tax credit, so I put in for it and I was glad I got it. I didn't know it then, but I had multiple sclerosis. I kept working, even with the MS, but it was difficult for me. Some weeks I could be fine, then at other times I was in hospital with it. I didn't know when I was going to have an attack. Then the work said I had to go down to 20 hours. My friend said to put in for disability benefit, so I did that. I told them about my MS, but they said I wasn't entitled to it because I didn't need a walking stick or anything like that. And because I worked 20 hours a week, they said I wasn't entitled to anything. They just said no. Things were pretty bad, but then they got worse. The working tax credit place said I wasn't allowed money after all, and that I'd have to pay back the money that they'd already given me. It was over £800. I didn't know where I stood to get any help. I found out that I could go to the welfare rights place, so I phoned them up, and an officer came out to my house to speak to me. She looked at my situation and advised that the only thing I could do was put in for bankruptcy. So I went down the bankruptcy line. I had to pay £90 towards it, which I found really difficult to pay because I just didn't have any money. I had to scrimp and scrape that month. I paid it. I had to ask for food because I couldn't afford to keep myself. I never thought this would happen to me. Finding the £90 was hard enough, but the bankruptcy people said they couldn't let me go bankrupt until I'd done a workbook called Financial Capability, or something like that. They said that I had to learn the maths in the unit to prove that I wouldn't get into debt again. The workbook was 32 pages long and had a lot of writing in it. It was too difficult for me because of my dyslexia. I phoned the bankruptcy people who sent me it, but they said they couldn't help and that I need to go to Citizens Advice. I phoned the welfare rights again and they had to come out and go through it with me, and that was embarrassing again. I'm officially bankrupt now. I work as hard as I can, but I can't take another job because of my multiple sclerosis. I still have to pay back my arrears and I don't have enough money to live on. They say I'm not entitled to it anymore. I don't know what will happen to me. I'm just struggling to live.